responsible consulting organization reports this study by a competent medical specialist and his staff on the effects of smoking Chesterfields. A group of people smoked only Chesterfields for 6 months in their normal amount, 10 to 40 a day. 45% of the group have smoked Chesterfields from 1 to 30 years for an average of 10 years each. At the beginning and end of the 6 months period, each smoker was given a thorough examination, including x-rays. The examination covered the sinuses, nose, ears, and throat. After a thorough examination of every member of the group, the medical specialist stated, "It is my opinion that the ears, nose, throat, and accessory organs of all participating subjects examined by me were not adversely affected in the 6 months period by smoking the cigarettes provided." Remember this report and buy Chesterfield.
The smoking laws that have just been passed over the new year, actually, requiring that there's no smoking within 15 feet of any building or inside any building.
I love it.
Love it? Why do you love it?
Because smoking is the stupidest thing ever made, or whatever.
Well, like, do you like it because the air is cleaner, or because you don't have to, like, smell people who do smoke?
Pretty much I don't have to smell the shit that other people smell.
About this new law that's passed in January.
You know, I feel it's bullshit. I really strongly do. I mean, smokers are a part of society, respectable citizens of American society. We don't break laws, we don't necessarily cause trouble. And I feel that we should be able to enjoy all of the rights and freedoms that other Americans do.
I think it's okay, you know, I don't really like hanging out with my friends that often, so, you know, the fact that there can't be any buildings that I'm in while smoking, you know, that's pretty awesome. You know, it's nice.
Well, I feel that it's a little extreme, but I can understand, you know, why these laws were put into place.
I mean, it's a bummer, but I can kind of understand where they're coming from with it, because obviously if I didn't smoke, I wouldn't want to be eating with the smell of smoke, like, passing through me.
Like, if I go into a restaurant and I want to sit there and eat, I don't want to smell when people smoke. It's not appetizing. It's not, I mean, in a bar, again, sort of like what Josh said about, like, not having it mandated, but, yeah, kind of think it's a good idea in general, too.
I used to smoke, so, you know, I don't anymore, so I can see both sides of the fence, but I really don't like that the government tries to tell businesses how they run their business. I think that if people want to have a smoking section in their bar or restaurant, that should really be up to them.
Okay.
Public buildings, I can understand, you know, but when it's a privately owned establishment, they should be able to set the rules on how they run the business.
Okay. All right. If you had a choice to have smoking or non-smoking in the bars, would you? And do you think that bar owners and bar managers should have the choice?
Well, I think let's take a free society, say America, for example, which is a free society. I think if you live in America, you should have that choice. Obviously, we don't live in America because we don't have that choice, you know. So, all sarcasm aside, I think it's a private enterprise. I think it should be 100% my choice. It's a legal product. How the government can tell me what legal products people can engage in while they're here is beyond me. I have no idea how that's possible. It's a law that makes no sense to me. Until they start telling people what they can do, until they start telling people that they have to come in here, then they can't tell them what they can do while they're in here. It's a market issue, not a legislative issue. I feel that if the market wanted non-smoking established taverns and pubs, then people would have opened non-smoking taverns and pubs, and they'd be doing a brisk business. But I believe the market has spoken, and I believe the market has said, you know, allow smoking. And the legislature chose to ignore that, and I think that's a travesty. And I think our rights are being trampled on. And as a non-smoker, I feel the exact same way.